What's up, everybody? Episode 111 of the All You Can Hear podcast. I am one of your 5 co-hosts, Tanner. I'm holding the kazoo like a cigar, and I'm like feeling it.
Yeah, do you feel badass?
Welcome to the Sopranos cast.
Take a hit. Oh, that was.
He sucked all his old spit.
I was expecting just a kazoo noise. You straight up sucked.
That's what sucking is.
Yeah, you said take a suck. Is that not what you said?
I don't remember.
Anyways, I'm one of your 5 co-hosts, Tanner, and with me, as per usual, I have
Colt, E3 gamer. Ah, fuck, it's not this.
This is not even E3.
We're E3's today when we're recording it. E3, though, is cool, right?
Hey.
Go listen to that.
The whole month is E3.
Okay, gamers, now let's get in formation.
Hello. I'm eating McDonald's.
Cody's eating McDonald's.
I'm Wenzel.
That's Wenzel. He's back from the dead. We bought him back this week only.
It's Pat to Patrick.
And Pat the Patrick. Great.
What the fuck was that about?
He pats things.
He's Pat the Patrick because on today's episode, we are talking about old video game mascots. So
What are those?
Old as in the sense of kind of like forgotten by the wayside, or like people have been asking for, like, oh, bring back, like Crash was one for
Oh,
a
like
while.
the Green Bay Packers.
I don't
Cheetah.
What?
What bits are we doing?
Tony the Tiger.
Pepsi Man.
Oh, Cheetah
Oh
Girls.
shit, Pepsi Man could have been on
Yeah,
here.
I fucking love Pepsi Man.
Yeah,
We are high energy today.
yeah, we're
Because
feeling
it's E3
dude,
day.
It's E3. It's gamer time. Welcome to the game,
Oh, Bratz.
Bratz babies.
Oh my god.
Hey, Cheetah Sisters from Cheetah Girls. Cheetah Sisters.
Was this before or after Raven Simone?
Cheetah Girls came out, I think, during That's So Raven's run.
But then, like, whenever they would tour, Raven wouldn't be there.
No, because she was busy doing The View or whatever show she
Was
does.
Raven the Cheetah Sisters?
Yeah, she's with the Cheetah Girls.
Oh,
but
I didn't
then
know.
she just never showed it publicly because she was too embarrassed.
I didn't realize the Cheetah Girls did like concerts. I thought it was just like a bit.
No, they
For
toured.
movies. Oh, okay, Patrick, you're obviously way.
I
caught
thought
up.
you were a Disney Channel kid, Tanner.
Pat's a real big fan.
Fake fan.
I guess.
Is
Patrick, that movie would have come out when you were like 16. What the fuck?
is this canon?
No, Cannon's not here right
Yeah,
now.
I'm Colt.
No.
Anyways, today we're talking about old video game mascots. We're just talking about, going through, talking about like the kind of like their place in video game history. Like, Cody almost wrapped the earbuds around his whole neck.
I'm waiting for him to trip and just take the whole setup down.
Yeah, I don't. Which has
What
happened.
are you doing?
He wants to stand up for this episode. He's so high energy. Just got McDonald's for a steal. Literally stole from McDonald's.
Come get him, FBI.
Come get him. And so we're just going through talking about stuff. And some of these have been revived since, like, in the past few years. So we will be talking about, like, oh, so this is, the after so much fan stuff, this guy's got, brought back and stuff like that. So we have a Google Doc of what we consider old video game mascots. We don't have like Mario on here or Link.
Mario's released a game every fucking year.
Yeah, Mario's in the public eye at all times. We don't have like Pikachu on here. Pikachu's the fucking mascot for the Olympics. Like, okay, like they're not forgotten. But like, and some of these are like borderline forgotten too. But podcast. First character I would like to talk about is a character that kind of got pushed to the wayside for more dramatic adventure type games.
Oh my god, tell me.
It is seeing a comeback now as Crash Bandicoot.
That's what I waited for.
So yeah, Crash Bandicoot. I loved the Crash games as a kid. Like I played.
don't.
You really don't like the
They
Crash
were hard
games?
as
They
shit.
were hard. I never beat any of them.
The only Crash game that I enjoyed was the racing one.
Yeah.
That's the only one I ever played, but I don't have anything against Crash. It's just I played Spyro, and Spyro and Crash were kind of like the red and the blue, so to speak.
Do you remember when they released the GBA game? It was like Spyro. It was like one was a Spyro game and one was a Crash game, but one of them had Crash and Spyro's World, and the other one had Spyro.
Yeah,
and Crash's
they swapped bad
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was neat.
I only played Crash on my phone.
He had one of those PlayStation
Yeah, I had a
phones.
Sony phone.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
I played Crash on it once at PE in middle school.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Did it get taken up?
No, I was in the corner.
Yeah, and I think that was like before they started making a rule that you can't have your phone out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one year where they said, you know what, fuck it, bring any electronic you want.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
people had laptops, and I was like, you know, this is awesome.
Yeah, that's because they swapped principals, and that principal was like, "We're not doing this."
This is
anymore.
what it's like being a grown up, having a laptop during gym class.
Yep.
Someone was playing Halo.
Yeah, someone was playing Halo.
Nothing but Halo the whole
Nothing but
fucking
Halo.
year.
That's good. That's a lot of Halo.
I remember back in like 1999 or 2000, I was riding on the bus and I was like in kindergarten, and this guy had a fucking laptop, like for 1999 standard laptop, and was playing Super Mario Bros. On it, and I was like, "That's not a Nintendo. How is he doing that?"
He's doing a crime.
I was very confused. I was like, "That must be a fake Mario game."
That's good shit.
Next mascot, Master Chief.
No, we're done. Master Chief is, for better or for worse, is constantly in our thoughts and prayers.
Before we move on to the next mascot, I want to say about Crash Bandicoot. I honestly don't want a new Crash Bandicoot game.
You don't want just.
I don't want a Crash Bandicoot game in the same style as the remake or remastered ones.
I don't even like
recently.
Crash as a character.
I like his design, but I don't like
I don't
the
like
game.
his design. He looks like a piece of steak. I don't
What?
like a T-bone.
You need to try again.
That's a hot take from someone who does a really good Crash Woe impression.
Okay,
Wait, we gotta hear it.
whoa!
What? Cody is hyped up on.
Oh my god!
Hold on. Crash is at you. Whoa! I can't do it.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Let's get on.
Apparently, we all smoked something before the podcast.
Just go.
It would come across.
I'm hyped up on juice.
I'm hyped up on that gamer fuel
juice.
juice.
That Destiny 2 Mountain Dew.
Destiny 2 never
yeah.
had a Mountain Dew thing.
Yeah, they do.
Not anymore. I deleted it.
He
Fuck.
deleted it from reality.
Shit. If I could delete one thing from reality, it's Destiny 2 gamer fuel. Nothing else. Next on our list, we have Sly Cooper, somebody we've also have not seen. And when was the last Sly game? Did Sly have a new game on PS3?
That was it. The last game was a PS3 game. Never played it.
And it was
Apparently
an early.
good.
It was an early PS3 game too,
It was
wasn't
like 2011, I think. 2011, 2012.
I remember the first one
It
came
was
out
later.
in 2002.
Yeah, the first one definitely came out like 20 years ago, almost at this point.
My first Sly game was Sly 2 because I was like, that one looks cool.
You know the first Sly Cooper game some cases shit with 3D glasses for people to play with.
That's weird.
I think I played the demo disc.
Yeah, I want to say the only interaction I ever had with Sly Cooper was from a demo disc because I never owned a Sly Cooper game.
Yeah, me
But I
either.
was like, man, I have the hiccups now for some reason. This demo is 20 minutes of pure adrenaline, and I'm going to play it
This demo?
forever. Yeah, this demo.
This demo.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the podcast.
What up? Welcome to my. This is my hot EP.
I'm about to throw up. Anyways, yeah, no, Sly Cooper was
Cody
a lot
hates
of fun.
Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper was actually a lot of fun. It was fun to kind of sneak around and things like that.
And it was a raccoon.
And he was a raccoon, but like
And he had a turtle friend.
at the same time, it kind of came out the same era, and we may talk about later. I don't know. I didn't look at the list of things that were going.
You're not the only one.
I just
But
delete the doc.
it was it came out the same time as Jack and Daxter. in
Jack
that
and Daxter's on
era.
here.
And like mascot wise, I do think Sly Cooper would have been a great mascot. But how like
I'm fucking dying. I'm sorry.
a thief raccoon as your mascot, kind of. I don't know. I don't know.
But he's a good thief. He only steals from other thieves.
He's like Robin Hood.
He should have been a pirate.
We need more pirate games. I can't say that enough. We need pirate games.
No,
keep it to yourself.
we need more raccoons as pirates.
Have you ever heard of a little game called Sea of Thieves?
Apparently, Sea of Thieves got really good.
Yeah, I've been playing No Man's Sky, and people said, "Oh, it got really good." It's still shit.
Oh, is it?
I played it for like 3 hours now, and I'm just like, this is not fun. I am dying a lot.
I feel like you were
you
dying
suck.
before you started playing, to be
Oh,
honest.
I don't die. It's just like doing the same things over and over again, and like,
Have you even got off one planet?
yeah, I've gone to well, I haven't got the warp drive yet.
So he's stupid.
Oh God.
I did not expect this podcast to have a No Man's Sky burn on it.
Are you crying?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Tanner kickstarted it.
We need to move on to the
Yeah.
next one.
And we don't have to go in order, but I'm going in order.
Don't go in order.
Okay. Spyro the Dragon is another one that, again, was like, there wasn't a Spyro game on like 360.
There was.
Was
It came
there?
out very early into the life cycle, and it was fucking shit. I can't remember what it was called, but you played as Spyro and Spyro's girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah, it was very edgy. It came out at a time where games were supposed to be dark and edgy.
No, I remember that because they had the original trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
Then they had like a few like spin-off. That was from the Spyro like reboot series, The Legend of Spyro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And like it's because I played the Legend of Spyro reboot, the first one. It's very repetitive, but it has really good voice acting from a really good cast, like Gary Oldman, Elijah Wood as Spyro, David Spade as Sparks. Like it
It had a great cast, but the game still sucked ass.
I mean, like it performed kind of underwhelmingly, but people praise like the voice acting and like the music and like the general story was well received for the reboot. But the original Spyro is one of my favorite game series of all time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, original Spyro is good shit.
No.
I have the PS4 like package of like the where they fixed everything.
They really did fix
Yeah.
it. Because I'm still in the middle of Spyro 3, but I've played 1 and 2. And I gotta say, they're really, really good.
Yeah, I want to go and like sit down and just play them like I'm 11 again or whatever. However old that was when I played Spyro for the first time.
I played. I remember the last Spyro game that I played previous to Colt and I played the first one when we first got it this past Christmas, or for the remake.
Hero's Tale on the GameCube.
Yeah, Hero's Tale was a lot of fun. Where you had all these, where you get to play as a penguin to do certain aspects, and you had to play as the penguin.
Cody's just talking about Penguins of Madagascar, the game.
Smile and wave, boy.
Smile.
Wait, boy.
Hey, I'm the one that eats Cheetos.
Hey, I'm the one that eats Cheetos.
Whoa, that was pretty good. Visual bits, I love it. We're back at full power after bringing Winslow back to life. Up next on our list is a game franchise that people have been like bring back for like a decade now. I think literally 10 years this year, maybe 11. Is Banjo and Kazooie. God rest their souls. Last game was Nuts and Bolts, which
was absolute trash.
It's so weird because like in the past like 3 or 4 years, I've seen like, now a bunch of people still think it's like it's shit, bad, whatever, but a lot of people are like, hey, it's actually the best Banjo game.
I think a lot of those people are saying that because they played it when they were kids and they didn't know when games were good.
Colt's a
Heavy shot.
Because I know that because I did the same thing.
Colt's
I've gone
a
back
video
and played
game
games.
boomer. Despite being
No, I like serious from that time from like 2008 to 2011. There's some games I thought were amazing when I played them.
Yeah.
But when I play them now, then no.
I totally
Like-
understand that.
I went back a few years ago and played the full Banjo-Kazooie, the first game, and it's actually very good.
Mm-hmm.
Like the full N64 version of it, fantastic. It was actually my first.
I hate it when you just grab your chest and don't talk.
Sorry,
Our first medical accident on the podcast,
had-
which really after 111 episodes, pretty impressive.
I had a really big breath. Anyway,
What?
Oh, baby, big breath.
He had too much air in his body.
I did, Pat. Thank you. Thanks you, Dr. Patrick.
It's just gas.
That's Mr. Dr. Professor Patrick to you.
I think I'm really gassy right now.
It's physician Pat here.
I wonder why you're so gassy.
Cody came in with a bag from McDonald's. I didn't even know they made that big.
I did.
On top of coming off of being extremely dehydrated, the first thing he does is eat a lot of McDonald's.
And we're going to Cookout later.
I'm not gonna eat this.
What?
You ate it.
I ate one burger and fries. I have 2 burgers left.
Just it's ready to go, baby.
What were we talking about?
Banjo and Kazooie.
All
Have you
right,
heard of
Cody,
them?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Let me just. Okay, hold on.
Not again.
I played Banjo-Kazooie for the first time on the Nintendo 64 probably when I was 2 to 3 years old.
I played banjo one time in high school. I brought one.
Wenzel was making a banjo. The instrument. Have you heard of it?
That's
Oh
so
my god!
funny.
Kazoo.
Suck.
I was trying to make the sound when you get a puzzle piece in the game.
That's McDonald's.
Da 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 da.
Freestyle, let's go! Go!
I'll be banjo. You be kazooie.
Wait, hold on. Colt's got to get on your back.
Okay, all right.
Goo 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 goo.
Yeah, my name is Wenzel.
We're doing the Banjo-Kazooie voices.
What is wrong with us today?
Can we just move on?
I was doing some Banjo-Kazooie freestyle. Check me out.
This is what happens when we don't see each other for like 3 fucking days.
I told you.
guess.
I am hyped up on juice.
Oh
so
fuck!
warm.
We have been recording.
I did notice like 5 minutes into the podcast, Cody literally got up and like looked at the recorder and was just like, and he sat back down. So I hope it works. Next up on the list, which we actually talked about a weird amount last week, was Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. I fucking love those games. Like, there's 2 games that I have a weird soft spot for from like the PS2 era. One is Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. The other one is Dark Alliance. Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance. But Ty, I remember it was just so cool because it was like, oh, you could get the different boomerangs. And, like, the boomerangs did, like, oh, this is the fire boomerang, this is the ice boomerang, this is the helicopter boomerang, because, you know, helicopter's an element, obviously. And it was, like, all sorts of stuff. And I remember as a kid, like, my imagination, I'm like, oh, my God, but what if they had, like, a tank boomerang?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what if they had
A bazooka.
a bazooka boomerang? And, like, I couldn't draw, so I would just, like, in my head. So,
No, I get
when
that.
it comes to Ty, I got it on the GameCube. Ty 2. For some reason, when I was little, I loved to get the second game and none of the others. Because I got Ty 2, Jack 2, Sly 2, and
Colt was
that
like,
it.
I can skip the first part of the story right off the bat.
yeah. I mean, you just
I mean,
go in
I didn't
knowing.
really miss anything because I didn't know what was happening in the first place.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, does it really matter which Kingdom Hearts game is your first? No.
Yeah, because the first one I played was 2.
Oh, fuck, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, the first Kingdom Hearts game I played was 1, and I still don't know what's going on, so. Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC dropping this winter.
Yeah, I'm
Check it
really
out.
excited for it.
I still gotta beat 3. I still gotta play 3.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's Ty?
He's
Tasmanian
a
tiger.
little tiger.
No, what is he from?
He's from Ty,
The
the
game. It's
Tasmanian
literally
tiger.
called Ty the Tasmanian Tiger.
Okay.
You never played them?
Nope.
He's a simp.
You're the reason why the Ty games were canceled.
They're kind of crap.
Yeah, they're actually probably
Yeah.
bad, like mechanic-wise. It's like a cheap platformer, but with boomerang mechanics.
But I
It
miss
sounds-
them.
yeah,
I miss
we
those
need it back.
shitty
But it sounds like I
platforms.
did the world a favor.
Okay.
Wenzel's hopped up on Vetzel. He discovered him for the first time this weekend, so he's very high energy.
Yeah, Wenzel discovered what happens when you eat cilantro, and it's that, whatever that is.
You turn into a goat.
Up next is a fan favorite, Gex the Gecko. Gex 4.
My only interaction with Gex was a PlayStation 1 demo disc that we got with our PlayStation 2.
No, it's PlayStation 1.
But our cousins came and they dropped off a bunch of PlayStation 1 discs when we got our PlayStation 2. But they had the Gex demo on it. It had that.
Maybe.
I remember playing Gex.
Oh no. So this was the time period when Colt was literally a fucking baby.
Yeah.
Or before that. Before he was born, I got my N64, right? I got my N64 in 97, I believe, 98, 97. And I got it for my fifth birthday, somewhere in there.
That'd have been 97, 98. So
Yeah.
you're
So
on the right track.
So I got an N64, and my first game that I got, this is what I was trying to say earlier, was the first game I got was Banjo-Kazooie. That was my very first game I actually have. So the very first Nintendo 64 game that I played was Banjo-Kazooie. Going on from that, whenever we, you used to go to we used to have movie gallery, but it was where you go and rent games.
Get games,
Yeah.
obviously. Or UFC.
Oh god, I'm
They
dying
had
again.
every UFC event on DVD in there
Oh, wow.
from the time they closed.
Um,
That was a demon.
Okay.
It sounded like
But we got I would go and rant. And I'd rate Gex 4 or not Gex 4. I forgot which Gex it was. It was Gex 2 or 3. I don't really know.
Hell if I know.
All I know is that he was sassy. He was always had something to say, and
then you decided to model your life after Gags.
I think you know now that I think about it.
Wait, Cody backwards? Gex.
Complete opposite of an actual gecko.
Yeah, Cody is about as opposite from a
If
gecko.
anything,
Cody, can you
he's
lick
a
your eyes in
slimy
preferences of
salamander.
your gecko?
No,
Not even kind of close. Your tongue barely came out of your mouth.
I have a tiny tongue.
I'm sorry, what did Colt say?
The Japanese giant salamander. That's what Cody is. They're
That's-
slimy and purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds about. I mean, if I had to compare Cody to a lizard, I guess that would be the one. I haven't really given it much thought.
Okay,
I'm thinking about the picture now where they're holding it and trying to measure it.
But it's Cody, like Cody's size.
Yeah. We're measuring it. We called it Cody.
No.
Witzel just had the time of his life.
Witzel didn't know what lemons were.
No.
So I decided to make a tweet yesterday. I'm like, I want to see how stupid of a tweet I can make and still pass off as kind of real. So I tweeted, did y'all know they sell raisins besides like
Okay.
in trail mix?
I was getting pissed.
And then
'cause
Cole
I
was like, "Who didn't know that?"
Yeah, I was like, who the fuck? You're stupid.
I was the same way. I was like, how the fuck did he not know that?
I literally saw Cole tweet at you, and I was like, "You fucking idiot! You fell for his trap."
I thought it was so funny. Like
You thought that was funny?
Yeah.
Wow, your bar is low.
I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to tweet something stupid, but could still be passed off as like, is Tanner serious? So I was like, raisins?
Tanner is the Twitter
I
devil.
feel like you've said some stupid stuff like that before, so I believed you.
I can tell you right now that Tanner, prom king Tanner, would know what a raisin.
Why don't you suck them off already? Over there?
You know, it was funny because me and Colt did a bit where we were vampires, and as soon as I walked in, like, yeah, we're here to suck your dick.
Yeah, they did a bit where they were standing outside. We're like, we have to be invited in. I'm like, are you vampires? And Witzel was just peeking out from the side of my house, and Colt was just standing there. He's like, are you going to invite us in? I invited them in, and then they like bum rushed me to the house. So that happened.
The sun was blasting us too. so-
Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah.
hot. Up next, speaking of hot, Zapper the Cricket. I don't know who Zapper
don't know
the
what
Cricket
that
is.
is.
I don't know.
Pat, will you inform us?
Yes, Zapper the Cricket was a one-off video game mascot. Came out 2002. He's a cricket with he could shoot electricity from his antenna, and it's a really short game. You could beat the whole game and the entire game 100% in about less than 3 hours.
Nice.
Wow.
And it's
That's my
basically
kinda game.
like Frogger, except you play as a cricket. So you're like in these little like isometric worlds, kind of like hop across tiles, and you beat bad guys. You basically have to save your little brother, a grub, from a evil magpie.
Makes sense.
And it was literally one off.
Fun fact: that game got a 5 out of 5 on Arcade Spot, 8.7 out of 10 on Game Fabric,
He's just reading the wiki.
and a 58% on Metacritic.
Yeah, okay. Bring us back down to earth after a perfect score.
I think the Metacritic though is like a lot of people went in and rated it post 9/11.
Well, probably after it came out, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what I said. It's
So,
like Adonus Bonowninus, AD and BC.
I don't even know what that means. You want to talk about Zapper?
No.
Up next, another one I don't know about, but considering its name, it's probably just exactly what it is. Croc.
Yeah, Croc it was a 2-game series. If from like let's see what my notes say. It was 1997 to 1999. It started out as a N64 Yoshi game, but Nintendo rejected it, and so the creator he just sort of reskinned it into like his own original games. It was because if you see gameplay footage, Croc looks and behaves and sounds a lot like Yoshi, and basically he's just a platformer. He's kind of mechanically like Sonic in a way. Like he collects these gems, and when he's hit by an attack, he loses all of them. So you got to get them all back because that's kind of like his health in a way. And it sold pretty well, but it's kind of like like a pretty average platformer. But it's still fondly remembered by its fans.
Hold on, Tanner. Make your best Yoshi sound.
Okay.
Patrick usually has a really good Yoshi
yeah,
sound.
and
Okay,
raccoons
continue.
and all those other animals. Fuck
that was
off.
pretty good.
That scared me.
So Croc was literally just a reskinned Yoshi game.
More or less, yeah.
Sonic weird.
Now, do your best Croc voice.
That's pretty good.
I've never seen any gameplay or heard his, but that's it.
That's probably as close as you can get. And then obviously, which forgotten in the sense there hasn't been a new game in years.
Pat, do your raccoon.
That's
Do a possum.
Pat, do your taxes.
hey Pat, be like Yoshi and do your taxes. Because Yoshi committed tax fraud.
Oh, he's a
Alright.
fucking criminal.
You go, Yoshi.
There was a little visual bit there too.
Yeah, Pat did a whole thing, and so did Wenzel. Everybody's doing a lot of stuff here. I can barely keep up. Up next is Frogger, which
You're a fucking frog.
You're a
jumping
frog and you jump
across
across
the
the street.
road.
Oh, that's what that is.
But in the early to mid 2000s, they did try to turn him into like a traditional like mascot with attitude like platformer.
Yep.
And the first render of him on the cover is horrifying.
oh my god, that's how we got Battletoads.
I'm so confused at what Wenzel's.
I don't know what
No.
Wenzel's laughing about.
The image that comes into my head when Pat said they try to modernize him is for some reason I just think of a frog with a huge boner.
What's wrong with you? I was trying to see if I could find a picture of like Frogger from Wenzel. You don't need to talk anymore.
It's just so.
The cilantro really got to him. Or poor baby boy.
Hey Siri, frog boner.
That's not how that works.
Fuck. Okay, Siri.
No, stop. Up next, we have Blinks the cat. Which Pat, if you want to tell us about Blinks a little bit?
Blinks the Cat was Xbox's attempt to have their Mario or their Sonic. It was in like 2002. The character was actually designed by Sonic's creator, but the game only made 2 installments and it didn't do very well. It's mechanically very flawed. It's about a cat that used like a time manipulating vacuum cleaner to stop evil pigs.
Yes.
Oh.
But it was like I said, it wasn't very well put together, and the second game was they tried to remedy that by making it easier, but it was too easy, and it was just sort of forgotten. And Cody's holding up the picture of Blinks the
Oh
cat.
wow. That
It's
design.
not a badly designed character. It reminds me of like,
The edgy period of Sonic.
well, that, but it also reminds me like, what if Sora from Kingdom Hearts was a cat?
We already have that.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I guess you're right.
Iki koi todoroki.
Oh my god.
Stop!
Call
No!
me cute.
Oh my god!
Speaking
Speaking
never
of,
been called cute by only my parents.
this mascot actually just recently got a game, like within the last month. It's our boy Bubsy.
Fucking Bubsy the cat.
A Bubsy game came out right, like
Nobody-
last month.
Everybody joked about Bubsy.
Everybody-
No one wanted it.
Yeah, and then there was like no games for like a long
Like
time.
10, 15, 37 years.
Probably
40.
30, probably 48 years. And then they've released 2 or 3 this generation.
Yeah, in the last, I'd say a 2-year time. span.
Like couple of years. Like it, and
Okay, you're
nobody's
wrong.
buying them.
You guys are wrong.
What?
What is my wrong about?
What are we
wrong.
saying that's wrong?
You're wrong. There was a Bubsy game that came out in 2017.
Yeah,
We
that's
just
what we're, that's
said
what we're
that.
talking about.
There was a Bubsy game that came out in 1996. It was called Bubsy 3D.
First one.
That's what we're talking about.
No, in 1994 there was Bubsy in Fractured Furry Tales.
We're not wrong in anything you're saying.
Literally everything we said was correct.
What about Bubsy 2 that came out in 1994?
You're nothing.
I love it. He was like, wait, a Bubsy game came out in 2017. We were literally talking about multiple games coming out this gen after like 20 years with no game.
Okay, Super Bubsy.
Man, possums are funny.
What year?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's just lost to time.
I mean, it might be a canceled game.
Patrick, these look like more characters you added. So how about you educate us about Jersey Devil?
Jersey Devil was a 1997 platformer on the PlayStation 1, and it was very loosely, basically in name only, about the cryptid. He's like this little purple devil-suited guy who was running away from the scientist that made him. A scientist with a pumpkin head with an army to eat with vegetables.
Holy shit! You just hit me with. I remember this. I played this. Sorry, go ahead, Pat.
And it wasn't. It was sort of got mixed reviews, sort of like mechanically, but it's soundtrack was very well received.
It looks familiar. It reminds me of this is not what it looks familiar from, but it reminds me of what's that? Yo Noid, the pizza thing.
Oh, the Noid.
There we
Yeah,
go.
the
That's Domino's Pizza.
Yeah.
For like 10 years, that was like. Imagine in 10 years from now how we're gonna forget Flo from progressive commercials.
Doubt it.
How long has she? Flo's already been around for like more than 10 years,
Like
right?
2007, somewhere in there.
I mean, she'll be here for the next 1,000.
Yeah.
I would
Timeless.
consider Flo the progressive girl to be the commercial version of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
That's very.
She's been around for 11 years.
Holy shit.
You know, Pat. That's very good.
Good job, Pat. Hey, claps for Pat.
Okay, you don't have to be a dick. Cole.
Yeah,
Fuck
Colt. That
you.
was really disrespectful, not only to me, but
You know, the
Patrick.
harder you clap, the more love and respect you give a person. So
That's not.
fuck you.
That's not true.
Instead
Oh,
of
the softer the clap, the more you say "fuck you." I hate you.
Okay, the more claps, the better.
Yeah, you go for. Whoa! Pat, don't hit him! Pat, what the fuck?
Pat filled me up with love.
Whoa! Crash! Whoa! Dude, I feel so bad for anybody that listens to this in their car.
I'm a possum.
Just imagine, like, radio, all of a sudden, you just fucking hear Pat spanking Colt.
Oh God.
And everybody just says crash and whoa. That's like the radio commercials that use police sirens. First off, fuck off. Because, like,
We make your own sound effect.
yeah, just be like, woo, woo. I was like, oh, this is a commercial. Don't be like, woo, you know, like, what the fuck?
like we do.
Yeah.
That's the thing that gets like if someone's gonna listen to this and hear fucking Cole getting spanked and be like, oh shit, where's it coming?
I'm being hit from all angles.
Oh no, my turn.
Oh, the Dockery Brothers getting some spankings.
God damn it! Let's go.
Y'all won't believe me, but we have 37 more mascots to talk about. Up next, Punky Skunk.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Pat just made that one up.
No, I remember the first time I saw it, I was a kid looking through a Sears catalog. It's basically a platformer that came out at toward the very end of 2D platforming. It came out in Japan. They brought it over to the States, and one of the reasons why people didn't like it because it was like a 2D game that came out at just in. Everything was trending to go to 3D games.
Yeah, it was like in the 32-bit era, they fucking did all these 2D games, and everyone was like, ew, this isn't 3D on my PlayStation 1. People were pissed off about 2D platformers on their 3D platforms. They're like, this isn't the future. Good God, if they could see us today.
I know, right?
Yeah, it got
There's
worse.
that one Sonic Generations game that went from 2D to 3D.
Oh, yeah.
That was really cool. That was actually one of the good Sonic games.
Well, Super Mario Odyssey also had like whole 2D
yeah.
sections, which was really fun. I mean, one of my favorite levels of this generation is the New Donk City level with Jump Up Superstar playing, and it's literally all 2D. Anyways, up next we have Klonoa. Is that how?
Yeah, he's the.
Klonoa.
What the fuck is he? I don't know what he is, but he looks awesome.
If I could guess, is it an animal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a very. It kind of looks like a cat with really long floppy ears.
Okay. Oh, I know. Yeah. Okay. I
It's
know.
from Namco.
Yeah.
Wasn't he just surfboard? Is that what he did?
No, he had a ring. It was his platform. He had a big ring that he would zap enemies with, and he would turn them into projectiles. And it was a well received platformer series. It ran from like the mid 2000s. I think the last one was in 2007 or 8. But it was.
It's insane to me how much you remember this. Literally, the last one was in 08. Started in 97. Came out on my second birthday.
He did research. Pat actually researched for this episode.
Happy birthday.
Pat's the best of us.
And it
And
was.
the worst
They tried
of
to
us.
revive it in 2016, but they said January of this year that it has been officially completely canceled.
Yeah, I remember we had another demo disc with that on it, and I remember loving the demo.
I wish demo discs were still a thing. Like, I get why they're not, because you can just download the demos now.
Yeah.
But, like, it'd be really cool, like, to, like, get a magazine. Oh, the early 2000s. Get a magazine and get a demo disc and be like, oh, on this, like, the exclusive. Like, I had to pay $60 fucking for Type 0 HD to play a Final Fantasy 15 demo.
Oof.
That's like one of the few times that's ever happened.
Yeah, but like, I didn't play Type 0 HD.
It was okay.
Okay. Up next is Starfy.
Starfy is the last one I added, and it's pretty near and dear to my heart because it's a series that only the last game came out in the States because it started in 2002 and the last game came out in 2009. And it's a very cute series. It plays a lot like Kirby mechanically. It's a platformer. And it's a super cute series, and reason why it's never brought to the States because Nintendo Japan thought it was too cute or too Japanese for Western audiences.
Starfy's in Smash, right?
Yeah,
as an item,
like in the trophy thing.
Yeah, or a trophy maybe.
And I loved it. I got it back in 2009. Played the hell out of it. It's a really dense game because you have like a full game. All the has like 6 mini games. You can get like toys in it. You can get costumes. You can even unlock a late night TV show where the main character's best friend interviews all the characters. Like, it was pretty dense.
Wow.
Yeah, there was some very dense DS games because that was the same thing with the Kirby Squeak Squad. I played the shit out of that game. Yeah.
I rubbed the stickers on Pat's sketchbook, and Tanner kept looking at me, so I did it again, and I was like, "Stop!"
Yeah, well, I thought you were trying to get like Pat's attention.
No,
I'm like, yeah, that's how you get Pat's attention, by being quiet. Like, what the fuck?
I was trying not to get Pat's attention.
Yeah, it was so weird because I looked at Winslow like 3 times, and every time he was like rubbing Pat's notebook. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Pat just put his notebook away.
Yeah, well, he's done.
Yeah.
And now we have, I think Colt added these last
Yeah,
4.
I added the last 4.
First off is Rayman, which like, we usually go long stretches without games because now from the Rayman series, the more popular characters are the Rabbids.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't like the rabbits.
The rabbits are the minions of the video game world.
I mean,
Yes, we said
yeah,
this.
that's 1,000% accurate.
yeah.
I will say though,
Oh, yeah.
Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle is like good shit.
Oh,
I
yeah, it
mean,
was real
100%. Like, if they made a Minions Mario game, I would play it.
Yeah, I would too.
Well, I mean, you just slap Mario on something, I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, really. Like,
Mario Porn VR.
okay.
Yeah, I'd play that.
Okay.
He just booted up. It's me, a Mario.
Oh, look at this honking boner.
Because Mario says that literally in every game. A lot of people don't know that. Like, you could have even went with the joke of like another sound about like, wah! Or something. I don't know. And you went with, the honking boner.
With
Whatever.
Rayman's last game was a 2D platformer side scroller.
Yeah,
That's what his
It's called
game
Legends.
started out as.
It was,
Right.
Yeah, like Legends or Origins. There was 2 different versions.
Oh,
There was
yeah,
one on the
yeah.
PS3, and then I think they made it bigger and better on the PS4 and Xbox.
Yeah, it's on PS4, Xbox. I think it's on Switch, and it
I
came
think
out
it
on
is on
Wii
Switch.
U. It came out on like every console.
It
like
was
the last
well
2 gens.
received,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't really care for side scroller 2D side scrollers. I miss Rayman 3D games.
Hey, Rayman and Smash.
Yeah, I'd love Rayman and Smash too.
I would say that's a kind of realistic possibility.
Yeah, it
I mean,
is.
like, Nintendo and Ubisoft has such a great relationship. Like, if Ubisoft were to get a rep in Smash, I think it would be Rayman. I don't think it would be like fucking, anybody from like Ghost Recon or Assassin's Creed. Although it'd be kind of cool, like Ezio.
Yeah, I was gonna
Smash.
say no. They put in Ezio.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. But
My thing about Rayman is that kind of like crashes to Naughty Dog in a lot of ways. It became less of a console mascot and more of a company mascot. Rayman became like a company mascot for Ubisoft.
yeah,
Ubisoft. What
it's
is it?
both. You can say it both.
Ubi.
It depends if you're from the French office or from the wherever the U.S. office. Where's the U.S. office for Ubisoft? Los Angeles.
Bonjour.
Alabama.
Comment allez-vous?
The Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
Oh, it's in Louisiana.
Parlez-vous non français?
Yeah.
None.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Whatever.
Oh, look
Pat.
at me. I took 2 years of French.
Ooh.
Some of us took Spanish and learned nothing.
Yeah. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien.
Como se dice French?
Oh, mi amo Ishmael. My name is Ishmael. That was my name in Spanish.
Mine was Dante.
I got to pick mine because
Yeah, I did too.
Because
I picked fucking Dante, of course.
Metal Gear Solid 5 just came out. I was like, I want to be Ishmael. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Can I be Die Hard Man? All right.
I would request.
Can I be Mama?
Yeah, call me Mama.
I want to be Fragile. Up next is Jak and Daxter.
Fuck yeah, we need a new Jak and Daxter.
We
game.
definitely need a new Jak and Daxter.
I've
game.
been waiting for Jak for years. Years.
The Jak and
God
Daxter
damn it.
games were a lot of fun. They were that era of like shooter platform type adventure games.
And we really didn't have many. We had Ratchet and Clank and Jak.
Yeah,
But Jak and Daxter was specifically for teens.
and it was very good.
I mean, no, I mean it was. Like,
I know.
I
It's
mean,
just-
besides like the fact that it was rated T for teens, I mean, it was obviously like marketed towards like it's not like super like hardcore like mature, but it's like it's also not good for like anybody probably below the age of like 12.
Well, fuck, I was screwed.
No, I mean I played it too, but you know it was very very good.
It's just kind of surprising that the very last Jak and Daxter game was the racing game.
Oh,
yeah, they went out on a weird fart now.
Jak
Yeah.
X. I thought it was Daxter for the PSP.
Oh, I forgot about
I think
the,
Daxter came out in between.
No, Daxter, I'm looking at it. Daxter came out after Jak X, but after that, a game called The Lost Front, Jak and Daxter: The Lost Frontier.
I
came
had
out.
that one, and I hated it.
Where did it come from?
And that was in 2009. It came out for the PSP and PlayStation 2.
Yep.
Can I see it?
I know Daxter was like one of the first PlayStation PlayStation portable games.
PS3, though, would have been out for how many years in 09? Like 3 years?
2 to 3, yeah.
And it didn't come out for PlayStation 3? What the?
That's weird.
That's real weird.
That's upsetting in a way because like the Jak and Daxter games, that's like one of my favorite games of like I played Jak 2. I didn't play Jak 1 because Jonathan had Jak 1. I tried playing.
And obviously, you all in your family just skipped the first game of every series.
Yeah, Jonathan. But the thing is, though, is Jonathan. We could not beat this one level where you had to do the little surfboarding or whatever, the sandboarding. I don't know really what it's called. And you had to do this like you had to do like Tony Hawk level skills, and everyone said it's the hardest level.
Fuck, I know exactly what
video
you're talking
games,
about.
And you cannot. We couldn't beat it, so we were just like, "Fuck it, let's just move on to 2." And I'd already beaten 2 at this point, and I played 2 and I played 3, and 3 was a lot of fun. I
3
remember
was awesome.
3 was awesome.
3 was probably one of my favorite games of the PS2 era. So
Yeah.
yeah,
The guns as well were really cool. I remember it had something similar to Ratchet and Clank's the Rhino. I don't remember what it was, but there was like super powerful guns. I was like, we gotta get those. It's awesome. I want to see gameplay of that. And we just go over to Jonathan. And he already had them.
Yeah, there was the Peacemaker, I think, and then there was something called the Mako, like the shark.
Yeah.
I think, man, really good. I want to play it again.
I want a fucking.
I wanna, like-
remake
There's
or
a Jak
something.
and Daxter collection.
I have that.
PlayStation 4.
I have that for PlayStation 4. Oh yeah, for PlayStation 4. I have it for PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at a collection came out on PlayStation 3 in 2012, and then it looks like they released the same collection last year on PlayStation 4.
I'd love to have a reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like something now that like is eventually going to come. I don't think there's a reason to really release that collection again if you're not trying to gauge interest, because that's what we're kind of seeing with Spyro and Crash is people, they're releasing these collections to seeing like, oh, maybe we can do it again.
Yeah, that'd be neat if they did like Jak and Daxter 4, but just call it Jak and Daxter, kind of like with God of War.
Yeah.
Make Jak old. Give him the God of War thing, like Wenzel just said.
I mean, there was always this idea of Jak being an older person. Like there was this idea of growing up with Jak, so it'd be great to have like him actually grow
A
up.
seasoned,
Yeah.
That'd
That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be cool.
Up next, Colt, you're going to have to tell me how to pronounce this. Tomba?
Tomba. I call whenever I play, I always call him Tomba.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it looks like Tomba. Explain to me what Tomba is.
He's a little 2D/3D platform, which I forgot that it had 3D elements to it. For the PlayStation 1. It was a very cute, very colorful game that I feel like we talked about on the podcast before, or at least Pat said something.
Oh, yeah. We've
yeah.
talked about this before.
Do you have a picture of him, Tanner?
He'd always make sounds like, ha! Huh!
Don't know what that is.
And he would like jump on pigs. We had it on a demo.
Yeah, it was another demo disc that
Yeah.
we had.
Demo discs were great because you could try all these different games out, and I don't know. I guess I had shitty taste in games because every game that I bought, I mean, I enjoyed it, but most memorable games are the ones, and maybe because of the fact that I never got to beat them or got to play them through all the way, or
We just had a lot of curiosity about what the hell happens next.
Yeah, and so it just kind of sticks in my memory. But Tomba was one of those games that I always wanted again, and one day I'm going to go back and play it. But it was a lot of fun because you got to play this little pink guy who was just crazed and jumping on cows and shit. And
Again, something that Cody has shaped his own life after.
And another thing about the game is, Pat's also brought this up before, because it has such a nice, distinct art style, it still looks good today.
Yeah.
Because it's not the weird polygon Tomb Raider type game where that game looks like a butthole now.
Because
Tomba
like
looks
the backgrounds, the backgrounds were 3D, like elements in the background, but he's sort of like kind of 2D, kind of pixely a little bit, and he's just kind of on this 2D plane.
Yeah. But like there's certain areas where the camera will move out and then all of a sudden everything's 3D and you can move around in that area. It was very well done. I really enjoyed it. And I didn't know there was a second one until last week whenever I put him in there.
Yeah, I just tried to look it up. Also, the original game came out on Christmas Day.
Oh,
That's weird.
happy birthday, Jesus.
Yeah, here's Toomba.
That's such a good gift.
I will say the very first time I ever played Toomba, it was at I don't know what these were called, but basically this 18-wheeler pulled up to the parking lot of Walmart, and it kind of opened up these doors and had like several like PlayStations mounted in sort of this back wall, and it had like several different games playing. And one was like an NFL game. One was Tomba. That was my first time playing it. And those, I don't know what it was or where it came from, but that was a really cool video game thing.
That sounds like an awesome early marketing thing from Sony. I miss the marketing of the games that for PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 era, because the commercials and like the cool things that they would do in the real world, I miss that stuff.
I vaguely remember like a truck being at Walmart in like the late 90s or early 2000s where you could play like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 games on like in the parking lot.
I think I do too, but like I was baby.
Yeah, I was about to say you'd been. I mean, I barely remember. I was super young, but like I vaguely remember. And now we can't even get fucking demos at Best Buy, so whatever. And last but not least on our list, a character that sort of made a comeback last year,
But it's very indie.
yeah, is Mega Man. That Cole added. So I haven't played the new Mega Man game. Like
I gave it a try, like last week, and it's a Mega Man game. It's still a Mega Man game. It's still hard as shit, and I was pissed off because I was like, wow, I really want to get into Mega Man, but I don't like these 2D platformers still.
Isn't it crazy how like you can play a game like as hard as like the Souls game or Bloodborne or like Sekiro, and then like you try to play Mega Man like a classic, and it's just like, this is fucking me hard.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know what it is, but what I really want to see from Mega Man is a 3D game, like a 3D Mega Man platform type game. But there was one that came out on the PlayStation 1. I think it was Mega Man Legends.
Yeah.
I loved that. We got it from a Dollar General for like $5 in like somewhere in early 2000s. And I remember watching Cody playing, and I loved it so much. Because there was little Lego Man people. I don't remember what they're called, but I loved them. I just want to see him again. I miss him.
my favorite Mega Man game was the Battle Network games on GBA,
Oh, those were really pretty.
where you like linked in to the shit.
Yeah.
My favorite Mega Man villain is Vile.
Do y'all remember the Mega Man TV show that used to come on like WB Kids?
Yep.
Yeah, had some action figures of them.
That was a good show.
Like the Mega Man Battle Network.
Yeah,
cartoon?
the Battle Network.
Yeah, I
cartoon.
love that. Yeah, that was very good.
That was really good. That I didn't real. I mean, obviously, I was a kid when that like was coming on. I didn't realize Mega Man was like, oh, there's Mega Man games where he's not Battle Network.
Yeah.
Till like, I mean, I was old, like 11 or 12. But yeah, it was just like, huh, that's weird. Why is Mega Man not linked up to the cyber world?
Why is he not fusing with his human friend?
Yeah, that looks just like him. Yeah, that was my first introduction to Mega Man when I was a kid. That show probably came on WB Kids, what, like 15 years ago? Been early 2000s.
It had to been like 2003, 2002.
Yeah. Isn't it going to be weird when we can say 15 years ago and that doesn't refer to the early 2000s anymore? That's going to be real weird.
Bring back 3D platformers. That's what the big thing I'm taking away from this.
Yeah, I feel like, especially this console generation, got away from 3D platformers a little bit. Like most of them, outside of Nintendo.
Yeah.
But like most of the ones we saw were like re-releases or remakes.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of like, I guess you would call them think pieces on 3D platformers and things like that. And kind of the big issue with them was that, of course, in the early days of 3D platformers, when they were really big in their heyday, they were like top of the line. They were just sort of a remake of what everybody had been seeing with the 2D platformers, and they were something that everyone could, say, oh, this is new, but now they're kind of outdated.
Yep.
And how you would make them and how you'd use them and how you would kind of design them is kind of outdated now. And so people are having that's the reason why Ukulele did not do so well, was not necessarily because not because it was a bad game. It's not a bad game. I mean, maybe,
But it's not top of the line either.
it's not top of the line, but whenever I played a little bit of it, there was nothing different about, like, there was nothing that stood out and said, this is awful. This is because it was kind of in line with what those old 3D platformers were.
Well,
It controlled
because of nostalgia that it got it brought back, and I guess there's been so many things that's come out between then and now that what would have been innovative at a certain time is kind of it needs to do something else to really make it, I guess, really have a staying power. I mean, I'm sure it's still a fine game, but like I know with the old 3D platforms, they were sort of like, this is how we introduce 3D gaming, and that was kind of like this open world, free moving camera. That they were kind of like the first pioneers of like just 3D gaming in general, and now that 3D game it's like it's the norm now, and it's far and away from what it was. It would take something really special to like, oh, this is truly innovative, and just like, oh, this is just a fun game.
And I think we're going to start seeing that maybe in the next couple of years with VR, because last year a game called Astrobot came out for VR, PlayStation VR, and people rave about that game. Like, people say it's like Mario level platformer good, but like you also like there's a barrier of entry. Like if it was on PS4, it'd be a different story, but it's on PlayStation VR, so it's like you have to have the VR headset, and some people are still skeptical about VR.
There's another game
that
that came out recently, made by the creators of Rick and Morty, Justin Roiland's Trover Saves the Universe. I bought it and I played it and I platinumed it like last weekend. It's fun as shit.
like a good platformer.
It's really it's a good platform. It's really fun. It's real funny too because it's fucking Justin Roiland. He's a funny dude. And
Have to have a high IQ to appreciate it, though.
Your brain has to be the size of Walmart. So
everyone that's played. And speaking of those games, everyone that's played like the accounting VR game has fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of but going back to a lot of these
and Ratchet and Clank, I'll say, one of the best platformers of this gen. Real good.
One of the big things that we have to look at is the fact that these mascots were a product of their time, and they were a product of their time, and so a lot of those games are outdated in their style, and that kind of makes it to where it kind of comes into question, like, does this character, like, do we remember this character, or do we remember these mascots fondly because of the gameplay, the character, or a mix of all that? And if it's a mix of all that, then I don't know. Like, some of these mascots may fall flat if they were ever remade.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely like a rose-tinted glasses sort of thing where, like, childhood and nostalgia and all that, like, gets on them, too.
Well, not only that, but just, like, tech and what we've gotten used to so far. So, I don't know.
So, like, is somebody really going to make Blinks the Cat game, but in the style of God of War from last year? Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Well, thank you, everybody, for listening.
Oh, wait. We got to get some honorable mentions. Duck from Aflac, the Gecko Geico Gecko, and Explosion Man.
Oh, and the Burger King from the Burger King games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Ronald McDonald.
Ronald McDonald.
Actually, Explosion Man's an actual game. Does anybody remember that?
I remember Explosion Man.
I loved it.
And Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening to this week's episode of the All You Can Hear podcast. As always, you can listen to us on SoundCloud, on iTunes, on Google Play, on Spotify, on Overcast. You can like, subscribe, rate, review on all those platforms. Follow us. It'd be great. All You Can Hear. But if you're listening to this, you already know that. You can follow us on Twitter at AYCH Podcast, which, if you're listening to this today, it's going to be a bunch of E3 stuff all week. So buckle up, bud. And you can follow us on Instagram, AYCH Podcast. And you can follow us on twitch.tv/AllYouCanHear. And I have, and also go to our Twitch VOD channel on YouTube. It's just All You Can Hear. And you can follow me, your boy, your Tanner, at Tanner1495.
me Colt. Follow me on Twitter at ColtD00 or 88. Doesn't matter at this point. I got my account back. I don't know which one I'm using. You know what? Just follow
I
Colt.
can't believe you got your account back after almost a year. That still boggles
Yeah.
my mind.
But you know what?
You should just
I
delete
got
the old one.
No, I've had that one since 2011. I'm not deleting that.
Why?
Just
I can
tweet
say
from,
I'm one of them old heads. I had a Twitter since 1983.
Just keep it.
just tweet
Yeah.
from both of them.
Yeah, just
That sounds awful.
Well, don't maybe like keep one to like as a cult archive.
You know, every time I go on my Twitter, I'll just look at like old followers or like my suggestions, and I'll see some old like people that I knew. They have some old ass pictures on there. I'm like, just delete this shit. Why do you have it?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that just make accounts that.
That's like
Yeah.
last tweet 2015.
Yeah.
And some of those people have awesome handles.
Yeah,
It's ugh.
But odds are they probably completely forgot any sort of login, so those are just dead accounts. They'll just be there
Yeah.
forever.
Yep.
Yeah, which is like fucking emails, bitch.
yeah. Just reset password.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Cody. You can follow me at CODDOC11. That's CODDOC11 on Instagram. Just follow me on Instagram.
Thank you for listening. I'm Wenzel. You can follow me on Twitter at WinzyBookie. You can follow my art Instagram at World of Winsy.
This is Patrick. Thank you all for listening. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at John Lost His Name. You can follow my art on Facebook at John Lost His Name Art.
And we'll see you next week with our E3 2019 wrap-up show.